Hey, Ancient Ways Tribe, Master Brown here. Hey, if you didn't notice, Mr. Brennan and I were out of town all last week. Guys, martial arts is really all about self-defense, and one good practice for when you're doing home defense is when you go out of town, don't announce it on social media. It makes sense, right? All right, so that's what we did. But now you can go out, if you are a friend of mine, you can check all the cool pictures. We went to celebrate my wife's 29th birthday again in West Virginia, her home state. We had a great time. I highly recommend the state. If you've never been, definitely go. It's like the Smokies without the crowds. It's really cool. We went rafting and zip lining and hiking and just had a great time at about half the expense of what North Carolina or Tennessee would have cost us too. We drove up, and the whole immediate family went. We had a great time. So anyway, moving on to you and what's going on here at Ancient Ways this week. And I'm sorry, it's a lot. So we're going to kind of cover everything that's coming up for October and a little bit of November as well, since we're in the last days of the month here. Our first event for October is a spooky dodgeball night next Friday, not this Friday, but next Friday on October 8th from 7 until 10. It's $25 per person. Mr. Brennan and he'll have a crew of others here helping him out. They're gonna, I don't know what's really all spooky about it. That maybe we'll kill the lights or something. I don't know. But it's going to be a lot of fun. You know how it is with him. Everything's always fun. Just getting any time with him whatsoever is always a blast. So plan on that. It will sell out. So we will be sending a link so you can purchase it online. And you want to do it quick because all of his events sell out. All right. So moving on Saturday, October 16th, we have a special event just for those that are considering upgrading to Black Belt Club or Masters Club. Formerly Wolfpack, formerly Guardians. We're calling them Black Belt Club and Masters Club now. It's just easier across the board. It'll be a special class allowing basic students to experience what we teach in Black Belt Club, and for anyone in attendance to get a taste of what we teach in the Masters Club as well. This will be a 1-hour free class beginning at 11 a.m. on October 16th, just after the morning classes. So on October 16th, if you do the morning classes, you can just stick around afterwards and do this one, and it's going to be free. I'd like to have all of our current Black Belt Club members and Masters Club members that come on Saturdays stick around and help us out with this. It's going to be a lot of fun, showing everybody how much fun we have in those programs and what they can gain from it, the values and benefits as well. All right, big announcement. Ancient Ways will be closed for classes on Saturday, October 22nd and 23rd. That's Friday and Saturday. And the reason that we're closing is because my staff and I will be at a training event up in Tampa with the Martial Arts Industry Association, of which I've been associated since 2003, I guess. My personal mentors are Mike Metzger and Shane Tassel. They're going to be there helping me to be better at what I do here, which is mainly teaching the staff and making sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to do. My staff will be going through instructor training as well as how to provide better student services, so it's going to be awesome. And as well, we get to rub elbows with all these great other martial arts school owners and martial artists. I'm sure Roland Osborne, the guy who invented Hyper, is going to be there, as well as some really famous martial arts school owners. To us, you don't know who they are, but we do. All right. We also will be closed for classes the following Friday. Sorry, Black Belt Club members, we got to do it. That following Friday is our Trunk or Treat event. We do this every year. People pull up, we partition off part of the parking lot. People pull up, pop the trunk, decorate, put on music, fog machines, whatever, candy for the kids. You don't have to, but if you want to be involved in that, that's cool. We give out prizes for the coolest decorated car, as well as 5 or 6 different awards for costumes. So we've got all the way from cutest to most frightening. Adults, we encourage you guys to dress up too. It just adds that much more fun for the kids. But it's a great event. Every year we do it. Last year we thought we were going to get rained out, but it stopped just in time for us to do it, and we had a great time. This year, we're hoping it's even bigger, so definitely plan on it. If you've got friends and family that aren't real sure, how can I use my kid's costume one more time and get my money's worth out of it, bring them down, okay? Because this is, like I said, it's a free event. It's going to be a blast. We're going to have a good time. In the past, we used to do events here in the studio, and unfortunately, the fire marshal kind of began to put the kibosh on that because we would end up with like 500 people in the room. Yeah, I could kind of see his point there. So now we do the trunk or treat. It's a whole lot easier on everybody, and it's still a dynamite fun time for everybody as well. All right, looking ahead to November, we have our intermediate and advanced graduation on November 5th. Red seniors will test the following morning, right after the class at 11. Boom, red seniors are testing. November 6th at 11 is our next, oh, that's when the red seniors are testing. Our next black belt exam is also on November 6th. This will be after those red seniors test. This will be a day for our current black belts to test for their tips and degrees. If we have anybody doing that, I don't know if we do or not. I'll have to check and see. As well as for the dedicated crew of hardworking students to test for their first degree black belts. Unfortunately, guys, our black belt exams are invitation only. And so those of you that are like, oh, I want to go watch, talk to one of those soon-to-be black belts and get them to invite you. They can invite whoever they want, as many as they want. We don't limit that, but we definitely don't want to turn the whole thing into a circus. It's supposed to be a pretty personal affair for them and for their family. There's always tears when they're reading their essays, talking about all the life changes they went through as they achieved their black belt. So it's definitely one of those things we keep pretty private. But like I said, if you want to come talk to one of those soon-to-be black belts, and they'll invite you. All right, beginners and we warriors are going, wait, what about us? Don't worry. We got you. All right, we warriors and black belt and beginners will be testing on Friday, November 12th. So yours is coming up as well. And this gives you just one extra week to get ready for your next exam. So we're looking forward to that. All right, Saturday, November 13th is one of the biggest events that we do all year round, and it is our annual weapons tournament. And I mean, most people call it a sword tournament because, you know, that's mostly what everybody does. And you may be going, hey, wait, I'm a basic student. I don't do any weapons. That's okay. In the weeks heading up to the tournament, we're going to teach everybody some sword fighting using our foam padded Action Flex swords. Everybody's going to get the opportunity to do it for a lot of reasons. It is an amazing opportunity for people to have a day that they won't forget. Guys, I've been training in martial arts for, I don't know, how old am I? A lot of years, most of my life. And I cannot tell you what the 130th Thursday I trained was like. No idea, but I tell you about every single tournament I went to and every single demonstration we went to as a martial arts school as well. And so these are really, really important events to help keep the students motivated and to give them a memorable experience. Also, it's a great experience to get in here and try really, really hard and realize you could have prepared a little bit more, and next time you're going to, because you didn't get first place. Now, and we don't do participation trophies. What we do for our tournaments, everybody gets a participation t-shirt, which is really cool. And we specially designed them for each tournament. It's a new design. We usually do our Steel Life, which is kind of like Salt Life, but Steel Life, see what I did there? And we also, last tournament we did, COVID impacted us getting the medals to everybody that participated or that won in time. And I'm not gonna have that problem. We already ordered the trophies for this one. And it's trophies this time, so they'll be here weeks in advance. We'll actually pop them up so you guys can see them and taunt you with your trophies too. I believe that everybody that competes should be able to win something, and so don't worry, we won't have beginners competing against people that have been doing swords for a really long time. They'll be up against people within their own division. What I like to do is a first place, second place, and a tie for third, have 4 people per division, but it just depends on how it lays out. We will have a grand champion, somebody who competes in the most and wins consistently, and we'll also have those people that are just showing the greatest effort. You know, it's not about skill, it's about effort, so we want to see that as well. Now, a couple of things we do in this tournament. Those people that are in Black Belt Club and Masters Club can do weapons forms, and they're learning some really cool hyper forms right now that they can perform against each other and win or not. And then we also have our sword fighting, and we'll have a section of the dojo partitioned off into what we call the meat grinder arena. You can just go in, fight, and if you win, you get to stay. It's kind of like Foursquare. If you win, you move up. If you lose, you get back in line. And the line's really short, so you're gonna get right back in, and you're gonna fight a lot. There's a little bit of extra charge to do the meat grinder corner, but it is actually one of the biggest things that we do all day long. No prizes for that. It's just really preparation and practice and fun for the students. And then the tournament itself will call everybody out and do this. Now, the tournament, I gotta tell you, I've been thousands of tournaments in my lifetime, and there's nothing quite like the sword tournament because it boils down to 2 people of equal skill trying to get that one last hit. And so it's really edge of your seat. And it's really, really a lot of fun. I keep waiting, they have this Dancing with the Stars stuff. I keep waiting for them to do like taser sword fighting with the stars. I really want to see Britney Spears get tased. I think it'd be great. Or Justin the Beaver, whatever his name is. And I think that would be awesome. And so it won't ever happen, but I can dream. All right, so plan for Saturday, November 13th for our upcoming tournament. All right, and it's gonna be so much fun. Make sure you don't miss it. I'll talk more about it later on. All right, We do in-school tournaments for a lot of reasons. Open tournaments are often unfair with cheating on the part of participants and judges. Invitationals do the same and are geared towards letting the hosting school win the grand champion. Everyone announces, hey, this student's world champion, and that world champion is in their organization, which may be 2 or 3 schools. And so I can't tolerate it. On top of that, they have limitations on what you can and can't do. Our style of sparring is very different than theirs. They don't like it when you kick to the leg, yet that's the number one place you should be kicking at out there in the street. And so we teach students that, and they are actually teaching students to kick to only safe places, which means in real life when someone attacks them, they're going to kick them in safe places. And so our style is totally different. It doesn't really work well with those types of tournaments. And so we can do by our rules, and we can make sure it's completely fair. So that's why we do 2 internal tournaments per year. All right, now let's talk about classes this week. Most of you have probably already attended on Monday, or you're getting ready to today on Tuesday. So we call those our A days. On A days, we do the same thing. It's curriculum. Okay, you're going to work on stuff related to your belt level. We're doing some orange tipping next week and blue tipping next week for intermediate and advanced. So we're getting geared up for that. This Monday and Tuesday, the class will end with something kind of fun. We are doing bag races for the end of classes, which is awesome fun. Everybody sets the bag out, you come up as a team, you kick it and drive it back into place. First team wins, okay? On the latter part of the week, we're gonna do one of my all-time favorite events. It's called Rotten Egg. The instructor calls out a technique. You've got to do a front snap kick, high block, straight punch, go! And whoever's the last one is the Rotten Egg. They have to do 3 jumping jacks. And then you do the next one. And it's really fun because it helps to develop speed. This is Speed Week. I don't know if you know this, but I theme every week so that it has a specific theme. There's 3 different levels of speed. There is perception speed, reaction speed, and muscle speed. We're going to talk about those to the students and help develop the one that you can, which is muscle speed. The others develop primarily just by increasing your awareness and by knowing that it's there, by flipping that internal switch and increasing your reaction speed. All right, to all of our new students, if you have any questions about tips, graduation etiquette, how to practice, or anything having to do with our training, don't hesitate to ask. Please, that's what we're here for. We're here to share our art with you, and there's nothing we like to do more than to do that. There's nothing we like to talk about more either, as you can obviously tell. So one last thing too, the whiteboard at the back has an announcement about uniforms. Because we're adjusting our programs a little bit, going from Wolfpack to Black Belt Club and Guardians to Masters Club, we're also going to be switching out uniforms. And so our old uniforms are grandfathered in. You can wear them if you bought them for as long as you want. You want a new one, go ahead and get one. But there will be new ones probably in January for each of those programs. Now, you may notice too that we're writing students' names on their uniform tops. We have so many instructors now, it's kind of hard to know everybody's names. It used to be just me, and I knew everybody. I knew their parents, I knew their dogs, I knew their parents' anniversary and all that stuff. We can't do that anymore. And so putting the students' names on it just really helps remind us who the students are. We also put a yellow tip on students' belts when they're on trial, so that the instructor on the floor can know the difference between someone who's on trial and someone who's enrolled. Makes it so communication's a whole lot easier across the board. But this means that you got to wear your uniform top. Okay, so everybody has gotten kind of accustomed to, I'm just going to throw on my HOA's t-shirt, and that's cool. You can do that on Fridays and Saturdays. During the week, Monday through Thursday, we need everybody to wear their uniform top, whether you're in Black Belt Club and you're wearing your blue and black uniform, or Masters Club and you're wearing your blue and white, or whether you're in basic and wearing your white uniform. It's called uniform because we need that uniformity, and it'll help maintain discipline and get that respect level where we want it to be as well in class. All right, guys, hey, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, and we'll see you on the floor. I can't wait to work out with you guys this week. We'll see you later.